You know, you have to have a problem-solving skill. You have to have empathy. You have to be able to communicate to people. And most especially, you need that patience in anything you are doing. You need patience. So those are the soft skills that has really helped me. And especially, I pay attention to details. I pay attention to details. Yes, I pay attention to details. Yes. So those are the soft skills that has helped me.
I can actually attest to that, Titi. I think you've been part of some events, family events and professional events. Titi has been, she has given me that experience that she has raised the bar. Like, if I have like an event manager I'm going to reach out to in any jurisdiction, if it's not going to be her, the person has to be top notch because she has really raised the bar. She's one person that goes over and beyond when it comes to delivering. With respect to attention to details, I give it to her 100%. And I tell you, this character is not something that it just climbs on you or it just happens. It's something that you intentionally form. She's very reliable, extremely reliable. When you reach out to Titi and you say, I need this to be done, consider it 100% done. You don't need to check every minute or every week or you don't need to do that. You're just at peace because you know she will get it done, even to the details, more than what you actually require of her. She takes it to the next level. She uses her initiative, she takes things to the next level. Now I want to ask you, can you be that Titi? Yes, of course you can. And it's something that you need to be intentional about. Even as a career person, I tell you, when you are that person who is reliable, it speaks for itself. You don't need to advertise yourself as an entrepreneur. Your work will advertise you. Your intentionality at being reliable, at being at paying attention to details, it will speak for you. We have a lot of event planners. Celebrity event planners and all that. I tell you, most of them that you see in that network, they got that reputation based on their work, based on their deliveries. You can't find someone with a bad reputation involved in businesses that affect people, that affect lives, and would be that successful. One thing again she said that, and I totally agree with, from the since the 22 years I know Titi, is a sense of empathy. She's that person that is filled with empathy. Like, she won't come in a judgmental way the way every other person in that situation. She will empathize with, and it's a skill she has carried on. I'm just saying this not even to how would I call it, not to praise her or to be like I'm trying to brand her or something. I'm saying this that in the way that she has carried it from her personality into the way she has carried it into what she does, into her business, and she's using it to make money for herself. Her ability to spot emotional I have emotional intelligence, spot some words that are not being communicated or being said in the room, and use it to make things better, is something that I really admire about Titi, and it's something that you can actually take home from this conversation. I will move quickly to
Thank you.
question.
Okay.
So I will go into pricing, because I know all these things that we're talking about. We talk about having the skills, having all that. We know that the bottom line at the end of the day, if you are doing business, is to make money. You need to make money. You need to be sustainable as a business. Even charity organizations, they need to be sustainable. They need a way of sustaining them, getting sponsorship and all that. You need to show something. So now let's go into pricing. Young entrepreneurs, they usually struggle with pricing, especially because they are new entrants into the marketplace. Yeah. And I would like to know, what's your philosophy? How do you go about pricing? What's your philosophy about on ethical pricing? And how did you learn to value your work without undercharging and overpromising? How do you tackle that aspect of your business?
Okay, thank you, Bumi. So before I go into this question, you mentioned something about being reliable. And maybe I need to I need to tell them how far I have come. I have 3 families that no matter the events they are doing in their family, I must create time to be the event planner. I have a family that so far, 3 siblings, I have been their event planner, and also for their cousin. Another family, I've planned 3 weddings for them. And the third family, any event, I am the one they call. They don't want to hear anything. They just want Titi on board. So it's important that you are reliable and intentional and put in your best to your event. So going to the next question, about pricing. I want to know if you were following me. I mentioned something about my first event that I wasn't so particular about. I said I wasn't so particular about. What I was particular about was, how do I deliver this job? Can someone please type or say what I said I wasn't so particular about? I mentioned it on purpose because I wanted to know. I was going to ask if I was asked about pricing. Can anybody tell us?
I think you mentioned that you were not okay, let me allow them.
Okay. So this is how I know if you're following. Can anybody tell us? So we
Comment
don't
section.
waste time. Comment section, please. So I said I wasn't so particular about the amount. Yes, I wasn't so particular about the money. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Because for me, I needed the opportunity to prove that I could do this. But you see, it was one of the hardest lessons for me. I'm going to share with you how much I was paid for those 2 days. Aside from me getting other benefits and all. Can someone guess how much I was paid? Comment section.
What year was that? Let me
That was
participate in
20 that
guessing.
was in 2016. Okay, someone said 50K, 20K, 100K. Okay. I was paid 90,000.
I was close to it.
I was actually paid 90,000.
Imagine.
You know, I had other benefits. The Ashebi was very high. My friend said, leave it. I'll take care of your Ashebi. I'll take care of this. I'll take care of your accommodation. I had accommodation. I had my clothes. You know, they took care of. That's why I said other benefits came with it. But you know, that wasn't my focus. My
Yeah.
focus was, can I deliver? So I'm going to start with, or I'm going to explain that sometimes it is not about the pricing. It is about the opportunity. That is the first thing. So undercharging out of fear of losing clients was another thing, another major factor that affected me while I was growing in the event industry. Because I didn't want to lose my clients. So whatever they were bringing to the table, I was just taking it. Let me just show it. Let me just prove that I could do it. So sometimes as young entrepreneurs, you might be looking at the fact that, oh, this thing doesn't really pay me. But you have to sometimes look at the opportunity it will give you. That is, if you don't have the platform to start. However, if you already have that platform to go ahead, you should never underprice yourself. Because I realized that when you underprice your work and undervalue both your time and your talent. Yes. So my philosophy on pricing is simple. I'm going to be fair, I'm going to be clear, and I'm going to be confident. Now, being fair is, I need to understand the market, what my colleagues are doing, what my colleagues are charging. Now, I also need to factor in my experiences. I need to factor my overhead costs because I'm going to bring coordinators in, I'm bringing supervisors in, I'm going to have to get accommodation if it's a distance, if the location is far. And then what about the value that I am bringing in? So these are the things that determine my pricing. I know my expectations from the beginning. What is expected of me? And I am confident that I'm always confident, because I know that if they go to any other event planner, the price that I have given to them, they will not get it. Yes. So that is why I said I need to be fair, I need to be clear, and I need to be confident in my pricing. So I have also learned that my work, by tracking my time, my energy, cost, everything goes into this event. And
Titi,
finally, you know what, for me, clients respect you more when you value yourself.
Yes.
And that clarity around pricing actually builds that trust.
It does.
Yes.
I agree with you 100%. You know, even in law, when you underprice yourself with
Yeah.
clients, when they get the big gigs, they don't come for you. They see you as that's
Yeah.
one goes for they need to consult when it's a cheap labor.
Yes.
It's just the way it is across board, and it's human psychology. So that is where I love those three balance you brought into it: fair, clear, be clear, be as transparent as you can be. I
Yes.
say that when you bring a little bit, when you bring some level of transparency, I know that you cannot all be transparent about your business. You have your trade secret, right? But when
Yeah.
it comes to some things you need to be transparent about to be able to justify your pricing, it is good to be
Mm-hmm.
transparent about it so that you can justify your pricing. And then that confidence in your work. Confidence is not just in continuum. No, confidence comes from something. No, confidence is
Yes.
based on what you can deliver, what you have delivered, and what you intend to deliver. So
Exactly.
confidence is not just in the space, it's not just in the air. It has to be based on something. You cannot be confident on ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence in the sense that as they're asking questions, you know it, you have the knowledge, you have the expertise. If
Yes.
you can go over and beyond, and you're even telling them this is what you want, but this is the extra I'm bringing to the table. All that
Mm-hmm.
helps your pricing. All that helps
Yes.
you to charge the desired price. Then there's one thing I wanted to bring to your attention, Titi. I don't know what your take is on that. Some
Okay.
people talk about considering your client's pockets when you're
Mm.
pricing. What's your take about that?
Okay. So, um, yes, on some occasions, I
Mm-hmm.
have had to bend,
Mm-hmm.
because it happens majorly in cases of family,
Mm-hmm.
and in cases of, like I just explained, that there are three families that back to back, any event, I'm the one they are calling. In those instances, I have to bend.
Mm-hmm.
I have to bend. Then I also find myself bending. Maybe a friend is doing an occasion. This is someone very dear to me, as my own token, so that it doesn't just look like you're not paying at all. I bend. Yes, you have to balance it.
Balance it.
Yes, you
Okay,
have to be
because
able
of
to
time.
balance it.
Yeah, because of time, we'll quickly rush to our next questions. So we see young people running into business, especially in the creative or service-based industry. Like events management and all that. What are some biggest misconceptions that you see these young people have? And what would be your comments on those misconceptions? Do you know, are you aware of
Okay.
a misconception?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me say that I think I have about two, three.
Okay.
Um, but the first one I would like to say is passion alone is not enough.
Hmm.
Yes, passion is not enough. Passion is important, but without structure, a system, and discipline, it
Hmm.
fades quickly under pressure.
Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
yes. So
Great.
I think then another thing is the myth that,
Hmm.
oh, being your own boss means freedom. The
Ah,
reality is
I
that
will laugh on this.
the reality is that you are accountable to every client, every vendor. You are accountable to yourself. You are accountable to your team. You don't even have any working hours. So it's not like 9 to 5. You work
My
round the
sister,
clock.
my sister, I'll give a very typical example just to add to your point. That's
Okay.
that myth, yes, is there. A lot of them, they will just want to be their own boss. Guess what? I've been married to an entrepreneur all my life. My husband has never worked for anybody since we got married, but I tell you, he doesn't have that freedom.
Yes.
For a
Yes.
wife that needs attention, I will tell
Yes.
you that yeah, it can be flexible. There are
Mm-hmm.
times of freedom, but
Yeah.
you don't have that freedom that someone who works 9 to 5 would
Nine
have.
to five.
He
Yes,
doesn't. I
exactly.
can tell you for free. The
Yeah.
flexibility is good because he can adjust his time. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't lie about it. That happens. But when you're talking about that freedom, being your own boss, it's not palatable. Oh. Being your own boss,
Mm.
let's even imagine you have an office, a physical office, like within
Mm-hmm.
point. You have to take care of so many things. You are
Mm.
talking to vendors, you are talking to staff, you are talking to
Yes.
clients, you are talking
Mm.
to regulators,
Mm-hmm.
you are talking to government parastatals, those are
Yeah.
regulators as well. You are talking
Mm-hmm.
to suppliers, you are talking to
Yes.
manufacturers. You
Mm-hmm.
are negotiating with them at
Mm-hmm.
every point. But if you're a salary owner, you're just giving some work to do, your JD. At most, if you
Yes.
work beyond your JD self, they'll give you bonus and you're happy and you
Exactly.
like what Yoruba says, Oruta, Ojata, Abikota,
Cloud. Yes.
whether you
Yeah.
sell or not, you
It does.
must
It's not. It's none of their business.
it's not
Yes.
negotiable. So that's a serious myth. And it's something that
Yes.
as young entrepreneurs, you need to address that early to be able to
Yeah.
decide if it's route is really what you want. I encourage everybody to have the entrepreneurship spirit.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship, I used to say, is a spirit. It's beyond just the act. Yes, some people take it to the next level and own big corporations and all that. That's fantastic. But I believe everybody, even while you're working for someone, is a good spirit to develop. Owning your
Yeah.
work, ownership, and doing it like you own it, like it's your own, is something that we
Mm.
encourage across board. Now,
Yes.
into another question.
Mm.
In all your years, now this vulnerability, Titi, in all your years of running businesses,
Okay.
business, yeah. What are those
Mm.
two mistakes? I would say two. There might be more than two, but I will relieve you by leaving it at two. What are those two mistakes that you've made that taught you the most? And what would you
Hmm.
tell young graduates today to avoid them?
Hmm. Okay. So let me say that one of my biggest mistake was in the early years of my business, trying to do everything by myself
Hmm.
was one of the biggest mistakes I made because I am someone that I like things done the right way. I'm like more tending towards a perfectionist. So
Hmm.
out of fear that no one else would always do it the way I would do it, I want to
Hmm.
show up. I want to show up when the decorators are decorating. I want to show up when the drinks people are offloading. I want to do this. I wasn't delegating. I ended up being burnt out and
Hmm.
overwhelmed. So it taught me a lot that I need to delegate.
Hmm.
As an entrepreneur, you must delegate. You said something that
Hmm.
you just give out a JD, and whether they do it, they just do it. You just have to do it. You pass it on.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know. So it's important. It is wisdom. Oh, it is wisdom that
Hmm.
you delegate. Yes, it's wisdom. Trust others that they can actually do it. And I must say that my team members, a lot of them have been with me for 8 years plus now. I have
Hmm.
maintained the same team members with my soft skills, that's my leadership skills, my empathy, and all. I've been able to win them. And, you know, I have been able to trust them. So I think in my early years, that was one big mistake I made, and I corrected it along the line. And
Hmm.
then, secondly, um, undervaluing my time and my services.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
I said yes to every job,
Hmm.
no matter the budget,
Hmm.
which, trust me, I don't do that anymore
Hmm.
because I ended up doing too much for too little. And I realized that's being affordable without being sustainable hurts in the long run because after the events, then I'll now sit and say,
Hmm.
Titilayo, what did you achieve? Where's the money to show for it? It's not all about money, the feedback and everything, yes. But don't undervalue your time and your service. Don't say you want to take up every job. No. Yes, you must value yourself. Value your time. Value your time and your service. It's important. So I think I need to encourage entrepreneurs that don't build a business that depend on underpricing. No, you can't. Start with be confident in your value and just grow your capacity. Yes.
Thank you so much, Titi. Thank you so much. Before we go on to the last question, I just wanted to lend a voice to this particular one you've mentioned, and that is what GetWork Nigeria is actually built on. If you notice, that's the deal, is mentorship. When we started as founder, and I being a co-founder, I can speak in that line. We are not, this is not about ourselves. This movement is a legacy. It's a legacy program. We have given more than we have ever taken. We've not even taken, to be honest with you, zero take from GetWork Nigeria. It's always been giving. Zero takes. Because for us it's a legacy. We've seen a societal problem. We've seen a problem with classroom reality and workplace reality. We've seen a serious difference and how graduates struggle from the classroom to workplace or business world is almost the same parallel business world and workplace, because the same thing your client expects of you, your employer also expects of you, whether you're a business owner or a career person. Now, we have decided to create that space where young graduates can come in and while doing that, we did not try to do it on our own. We built a team. Why do you think we make it a mentorship platform? We're trying to pour ourselves in you, our values, what we think is right for the next generation. Because whether we like it or not, we are young mothers. We have children that just finished from the primary school, from the secondary school, some that are still in there. And you all are going to be their leaders by age. Yeah,
Yes.
we know that.
Yeah.
And we know that if we want to have that society where our children can also thrive, you are the future, you are the leaders, our children are also the future leaders. And we have to give back. And that is what GetWork Nigeria. And we have to put ourselves in you. We have to mentor you. We have to be able to delegate and close our
Yes.
eyes and be happy and be okay, even while we are still here. I'm saying, you know, I've delegated this to so person, Iswat, Janet, Peter, and I believe that they can do it. And the same way, we expect you to also mentor the next generation of leaders. And it continues like that and it gets better. That is what
Yeah.
Get Up Nigeria is based on. And so if you're a business owner and you getting very good at what you do, and you're not thinking of the next thing, which is impacting, raising leaders like yourself, you are a failure. I'm sorry to use that blunt word. Outrightly, you are a failure. You you don't leave a space and say, oh, or you're successful in a place and you have not raised somebody like yourself,
Self.
even better than yourself. You've
Yes.
not you failed if you haven't been able to do that. So I feel like this is a challenge to us that are even speaking to you as leaders. It's actually a challenge to you as an upcoming leader in your space. You need to consciously always work on that. I tell my little daughter, she's 10 years old now. She has 2 years old siblings as twins, you know, and I tell her, it is what you do. If you do very well, would not use a lot of energy, will not make use of a lot of energy in raising these two little ones. They would follow what you do. So I've been able to tell her from day one how our role is as a first child, as a leader, you know, and it's beginning to influence what she does as a human being. And this is my challenge to you today. When you remember that that thing you're doing, there's somebody that is watching. That thing you're
Yeah.
doing is not about you alone. It's about somebody else that is coming behind you. It's about somebody else around you. It's about a whole generation of human beings around you. Life you're living is beyond yourself. You begin to right, you begin to do things right, you begin to delegate and impact in people. You begin to share knowledge in the way that you are doing. You are passing it on. You are paying it forward. You know,
Yeah.
and you're doing it selflessly, and you're doing it in a resourceful way. You also benefit from it, and I appreciate this so much, Titi. And I will just go
Oh,
to the last question, and it should be like a take home for everyone here as young entrepreneurs, young graduates. For a young graduate that is trying to choose between traditional career path and building something for their own of their own. I know this is a very popular one. What advice would you give? How can they tell that they are truly ready for this entrepreneurial leap? It's
Hmm.
a serious leap. How can they tell that they are truly ready? And what would be your advice? You know, sometimes we come out of school and we have to choose between those two. They are smiling at us, right? So, what advice? When do you think they are ready? When
Okay.
would you think they are ready? Yeah.
Okay. So I must say that there is no one size fits all path.
Hmm.
The traditional, the career path, the entrepreneurship. So a traditional career path is the structured one where you have mentors, the stability and the likes. While the entrepreneurship, on the other hand, offers you creativity, a bit of freedom. It comes with some of the risk and responsibilities. But my advice is study both parts. I
Hmm.
did. Yes, I did. Remember, I was working,
Hmm.
and it was while working I developed that passion, that I discovered my passion.
Hmm.
And I tell people, to be frank, probably if I developed this passion earlier, I would have gone for something else.
Hmm.
I just graduated from my master's in social work. I finished with a distinction this year, Bumi is aware.
Hey, yeah, I am. I'm
Thank
celebrating
you.
that again.
So
Always proud
I
of you.
I discovered that along the line while working, I also discovered that like social work is my thing.
Hmm.
Yes, so you can discover yourself in
Yes. Hmm.
either
Hmm.
the traditional career path or as an entrepreneur. And the truth is, you can combine both.
Hmm.
I am working, I have a 9 to 5. Like Bumi said, you must be able to pass on knowledge. I'm managing my event company.
Hmm.
Remember, I said earlier on, when they're decorating, I love it. I have a decorating company.
Hmm.
So, what my advice would be is that if you are considering entrepreneurship, you must be able to ask yourself these questions. Can I handle uncertainties? Because trust me, there will be lots of uncertainties.
Hmm.
Yes, I had it along the line. I
Sure.
left my traditional career path, Bumi is aware, for 3 years to face my event,
Yes.
and to do my other thing. Along the line, a bigger opportunity came, and I went
Hmm.
back to the
Yes.
traditional career. But
Yes.
that didn't mean I should leave what I'm passionate about, what I've been
Hmm.
doing.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you must be able to ask yourself that, can I handle uncertainty?
Hmm.
Am I willing to work hard even when no one is watching?
Hmm.
Yes. Do I have a plan? Even if it is rough, do I have a plan? Do I know where I'm going? Am I disciplined enough? Those are the things you should ask yourself if you want to go into entrepreneurship.
Hmm.
Yes,
Really.
you don't have to have it figured out.
Hmm.
All you need to do is your self-awareness, your willingness, your
Hmm.
maturity.
Hmm.
And if you are not sure that you are ready, you can start small. Keep
Hmm.
your 9 to 5 job while testing your side hustle to be sure that, oh, this thing is really for me.
Strategy.
Yes, it is. See, entrepreneurship is not always about jumping.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's about building a bridge.
Hmm.
I myself, I'm still building that bridge.
Yes, so.
Yes, I'm still building that bridge. So
Hmm.
you are ready when you can take responsibility without needing validation sometimes. So you
Hmm.
need, as an entrepreneur, you push yourself. You are the one to push yourself. Yes,
Hmm.
people will push you, but you will first of all push yourself.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's my advice.
Thank you so much, Titi. I've gained so much from this myself. And one take home for me, I always want to relate it to, what is going on with our current generation and how it affects, what we do as individuals. Please, in anything that you are doing, don't be rigid. I
Yeah.
always tell people you can reverse, you can take a U-turn. There's nothing
Mm-hmm.
holding you. It's you. Just be
Yeah.
self-aware. Know at what point. I'm sure Titi can relate because we did this journey together. Know at what point
Yes.
you can decide that okay, this is how I want to go. Nobody is
Yes.
marking your script though. Nobody has
Yes.
the right to mark your script. Don't
Yes.
play for the grams. Don't play for the grams and followers, likes. I'm never about that, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you see me saying follow Instagram, follow us on Instagram, this thing, it's not to play, it's not to show to anybody that I'm doing anything with GETWORK. It's to help you as a community to be visible. So you all here, if you're not following us on Instagram, you've reduced visibility for GETWORK Nigeria. It is not me. It is not about me. GETWORK Nigeria has never been about any single individual. It's about the young graduates that need help. They need
Mm.
help. Some of them know they need help. Some of them don't know. And it's even about for most of them that don't know that they need help. So it's more
Mm.
like a gospel. It's like taking the gospel of Christ out there. Some people will push it away, and some people will
Yeah.
accept. That is how
Yeah.
GETWORK Nigeria is being built. So trust me, we are not playing for the likes, we are not playing for the followers, we are playing for real-time influence. And that is what I will
Yes.
tell you as an entrepreneur. Don't play for the grams. Play for real time. I mean, real time, as in real, for real, for real. Let's use the word.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be rigid.
Yes.
So is this playing for the grams that makes people not to be able to take a detail, even when they are burning? They are thinking of what
Yes.
people say. They are thinking of image, how people will see them. Yeah, there's a place of self branding and all that. We've talked about that, but self branding should not be at the expense of your business sustainability. It should not be at the expense of your sustainability as an individual. So always try to create that balance. As much as you want to brand yourself, it should not be at the expense of you being able to eat and afford
Yeah.
things of life. So when it's time for you to take that detour so that you can live to work, right? You
Yeah.
take that detour and you balance yourself. You are
Mm.
gidigba, no shaking, and then you go back to that thing that you like.
Yeah.
So don't be rigid. That's all I mean, what I would give you, remember, Mrs. Omeke said this, don't be rigid on any of your choices,
Yes.
whether entrepreneurship or career. Seize opportunities and don't be rigid with your path and your journey.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you so much. Thank you.
You're
I don't think
welcome.
I have just one word to say before we open up for questions. On Saturdays like this, we do have like questions for the speaker, and we have to pull Mrs. Akinremisi from an event. Like she has an event to
Mm.
go back to, so she might not be able to stay for too long again. But if you have questions concerning today's topic, please go ahead and ask your questions. And if you have general career questions, we can leave that for later. Please type in the comment section. If you want to speak, please show your hand. You can raise your hand and then we unmute. You can unmute and then speak. But I would let Titi give us our last word and then we move on to that.
Okay. Thank you, Bumi. So I would say believe in yourself.
Mm,
Don't let anything limit you. You can be who you want to be. I never believed that after many years going to school, I could still come out with a distinction. I
mm,
have 4 kids. I
mm,
have a 9 to 5. I
mm,
have a business I'm running, you know, and
mm,
I've picked up my doctorate
mm.
because I'm not going to let anything stop me.
You?
I can be whoever I want to be. I can do whatever I want to do.
Yes.
And majorly because I believe in myself. So believe in yourself. You can do, even when it seems like it's not going well. Believe in yourself and always know that people are watching. People
Mm.
are watching. Yes. And don't be scared to show your talent. Don't be scared to be you wherever you are. At my place of work, they know I'm not scared to say this is what I do. I handle events for people and they just watch me from the side on how I always assist, or I volunteer to do things. So it is important that you believe in yourself. Go for it. You can do it. Whatever you aim at, you can.
Hey guys, Titi, thank you so much. I just discovered
You're
that our
welcome.
patron is here. Uh,
Oh,
I want to believe she's listening to us, Dr.
good
Yetunde.
evening, ma.
Please, I'll seek your indulgence to
Okay.
invite my mentor and our patron at GETWORK Nigeria, Dr. Ajibade, to address us.
All right. Good evening, ma.
I can see, I saw her handle. Ah, maybe I thought I saw her handle. I saw her handle just now. Okay. Okay, we can carry on. She's in again, then she'll speak to us. So if you have your questions, please unmute and ask a question. I can see, is this Daniel or Victor? Please unmute. I can see Dandoma. Hello. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. I'll speak up. And
Uh,
then
your network.
I'm doing
So
particular.
you can mute and type in the comment section. I can't hear you well. Use the comment section. Use the comment section. Rosemary, can you unmute?
Good evening, Mrs. Bumi.
Yeah.
Good evening. Thank you so much for this insightful section. It is truly mind blowing.
You're
I
welcome,
enjoyed
ma.
it. Thank you so much. Thank you
You're
for the
welcome.
impact. Yeah. I have one question. How did you manage um your career, the children,
Hmm.
and you're still able to pull through? Because I speak from the motherhood aspect, and as a career person, there so much you want to do. You have the children are there, the husband needs your assistance. It could be financial support at some point in time, and you need to sacrifice something to push the children or to assist the flow of the domestic of moving of doing some domestic, some immediate needs in the family. And at with all this I don't want to I don't want to call it challenges. With all these responsibilities on ground, you have courses you need to do. You need to keep you need to train yourself. You need to train yourself, and getting certification, get going for trainings is not just with what we have on ground now. For every quality certification you need to go for, it's a cost. It's a cost, and you work 9 to 5. The salary is there that you still need to weigh to check how where you bring the money out. How were you able to do all this, and you your side hustle still strive for this number of years? Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Bumi, can I go ahead and answer this question?
Yeah, yes, please. That's your question. All the questions.
All right. I need to be truthful. It wasn't easy. It hasn't always been easy. Like I said, I don't know if you were following through. I left my first work. I had everything going on well for me. The salary was good. I was doing well. But I had to leave it because I wanted to, follow my passion. I wanted to grow my business. I felt it was time to grow my business. So I left my 7 years work. But after 3 years, I had to go back to my 9 to 5. That's why I said I'm going to be truthful. It hasn't always been easy. But so many things helped me.
Hmm.
One is that I plan ahead. Now, I finished university 2008, and I just picked my master's. I just finished my master's last year. I graduated this year. I planned. I wasn't under any pressure. Like Bumi said, you are the one marking your own scripts. It's not body. So you need to prioritize yourself. There are times where I'm taking decisions that I wanted to leave work because of health reasons. But I stayed because I had people that were pushing me. So the way I was able to balance this is at every time I know which is important. Is it my family that needs me now? Is it time for my career? Is it time for my business? There were times that, okay, while I was studying, while I was going for my lectures are only on Saturdays. I had a team. That's why delegation will help you. You need to be able to delegate, even in the family. You need to be able to delegate. At a point, I had a nanny, and I had someone that would still come and clean because I couldn't do all. So you must learn to plan yourself. You must learn to prioritize yourself. My lectures were on Saturdays. My team will handle the events that I can't handle. So you must be able to balance yourself. You must ask for help without guilt. Me, I ask for help. It is one way that has helped me. And at work, you have your leave. I always try as much as possible to plan myself with my leave. I don't just take leave anyhow. I know when to plan my leave. Even there are some events that I need to handle during the week. I take my leave when I have week events during the week. Yes, I plan myself. It hasn't always been easy because the event industry is not the one that you have events back to back every day, every weekend. So that is where your 9 to 5 job also comes in with the salary. You have to balance it. Balancing everything is important. Know when to do this. I wasn't under pressure to take my master's. I'm not under any pressure now to do my doctorate. I am doing it everything at my own pace. Yes. I am not chasing perfection. I am doing TT the way I can do TT. Yes, that's just it. So that's my advice for you. Plan yourself, ask for help, prioritize, make things clear. If is it my family that needs me now? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't take this event except and I'm clear. If I'm not going to be available for events, I tell my clients and I let them know that my team can handle this. And if they say go ahead, fine. I've had to turn down events because I know that I had exams and they wanted me on ground. And I said, no, my team will be there. If you're not comfortable with my team being there, then that's it. So those are how I've been able to handle myself.
Thank you so much, Titi. I will add to that from my own experience
Thank
as
you
a
very
mother.
much.
Yeah, and I like that Titi is even here as a mother of 4. I mean, it gives her everything to say. And like I said, I witnessed the journey. Now I'm here as a mother of 3, but a mother of 3 that was a mother of 1 for so many years. Like I mean, for at least 7.5 years, a bit unusual spacing, right? And I know I've gone through those phases where I had to slow down. In the past 3 years, I did a bit of slowing down. A lot of people might not know because I just reprioritized. Did not mean that I did not slow down on some things. Some things had to be prioritized more than what was being prioritized before. When I had just one child, it was easier. I could put my hands into a lot of things. I could volunteer in up to 5, 10 places. There are places I volunteered then that I no longer volunteer in now because I know I can't give my 100%. And my idea and opinion and my philosophy about volunteering um, is not being complacent. I'm never complacent on anything that I'm giving, and I don't want to be seen that way. I don't want to have that kind of reputation. So I do not put myself at, and this is what I always tell people that even volunteering for GETWORK Nigeria, you don't do volunteering as if you're just doing it. If I like, I'm available. If I like, I'm not available. Once you put out yourself to volunteer, you need to give what you have said you will give. You need to fulfill that duty. So I used to volunteer in a lot of places, on boards, company boards. I used to appear on meetings. I was there's this Lekki residence board. I was on there, and I just save and so many others to mention. When I had twins and I moved to Canada and I changed location, I know that I cannot show up the way I used to show up before. And I know that I needed to do some things to be able to show up for my family and to be able to help my husband, to be able to help my children, both financially, psychologically, and physically. I know I needed to be available. So I had to give up, I had to reprioritize myself. I had to give up some things that were not priority. Like I used to like Owambe, back in Lagos at some point. That's the only way I unwind. You will see me at most events that I'm invited to, not the ones I'm not invited to. I had to give up all of that and focus on my children. Right now, I tell you, when I come back from my 9 to 5 job, I drop my phones. I don't go on my phone until my children are on their beds. I have to plan myself because I know that I do have some Nigerian clients. I still run my law firm in Nigeria, and I know that I have clients in Nigeria that reach out to me early in the morning because that is the way we've planned it. And so, and that early in the morning in Nigeria is like 11, 12 here in the night. So I make sure that I don't sleep till 12. Normally, I'm not able to sleep before 12. That is the way I have programmed myself. And I'm not an early riser as well. I wake up around between 6 and 6:30 and 7. So it's just basically understanding what works for you and working around what works for you, working around your routine. So I make sure my children have gone to bed before I pick up my phone. If you see me pick up my phone when my children are there, it's because I'm just captioning the moment. I'm taking videos of what they're doing because I like to capture their moments because they are just growing. I mean, they are going through their different milestones and all that. So I try to keep the moments, on record, So I do, that's the only reason why you see me with my phone. And I also devised a way of not totally being cut off from my family and friends because the social part of your life is also important. People don't know that your life shouldn't be about work, 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 work because they all translate, they all feed each other. Your social life feeds your work and your work feeds your social life. And so to stay to still stay in contact with family and friends, close family and friends, relevant ones in the way I should, I designed my WhatsApp status in such a way that they can always look there, and see what is going on. And then we can have conversations based on what they see there. And that's my own strategy. Some people don't know, some people know, right? So I put up some things that are very personal to me, like my children working their different milestones and stuff. So I put it on my WhatsApp status because I know it's my close family and friends that can see it. And from there, we have conversations. I'm able to chat with them, check on them. They're able to check on me. I mean, there's a subject of conversation. So that is how I keep up. And that is why I'm able to balance my work and life. I do 30 minutes work after work, 30 to 1 hour of work with my husband. Then we're able to have conversation after work. I know that might not be possible in Nigeria because, of course, the weather is favorable here during summer to have such walks late in the evenings. And if you're not in an environment where you can do that, it might also be a problem. But you can have some aerobics for yourself in the house. You can check YouTube for some physical, some workouts you can do in the house, And if you're married, of course, because it's Rosemary asking, if as a married person you can get your partner involved, can motivate you, and also an opportunity for you to have conversations, for you to communicate with your partner. So those are the things, those are little tips I can tell you from my own day-to-day life that I can share with you and say, is helping me to strike that balance. And I tell you, there's never that perfect point. We just try to we try to juggle it, and it only gets better. There's never that perfect point. So when you see people live their life on Instagram and show you what their a day looks like, that's not exactly their day. That's just some 5 minutes excerpts from their day. their day, I mean, you have chaos on such days too. You have people annoying you, you have your children that are on your nerves, you have frustrations that you're dealing with at their different phases of their life. You have all that you're dealing with as well. You have the mental part and all that. But just know that it's a phase. And like I said, don't be rigid. If you have to slow down on some things, if you have to reprioritize, make some things more important than some things to move to the next phase, please do. It's important for your well-being. You have to be okay you have to be okay for every other person to be okay. So always know that and always prioritize yourself too. Thank you. And I hope I've been able to help. Rosemary, are you there? Hello?
Yes, yes. You have.
Okay. All right. So Daniel is still raising his hand.
So sorry. My line is breaking.
Yeah. You're welcome. So, Dandoma, are you still raising your hand? I've
No,
not
I
seen
can
anything.
see. I can see his question, Bumi.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Please go ahead.
The question from him, right?
Yes.
Managing a side also can be challenging, especially when you work under pressure and they are feeling like your business is limiting you, even when you are still meeting targets. Please, what should one do? Continue or resign? I think he's asking about those kind of pressure that you feel. Should you continue or resign because you're feeling some pressure? If I understand what you're saying.
I think that's why I want him to speak, because the way I'm looking at that question, is he probably has a 9 to 5, he has a career, and he also has a business, and probably feels like there's a little pressure, and he's asking whether should he continue with his work or should he resign. So I would like him to please be clear on what he's asking exactly.
Okay. Thank you, Ma. It's actually about I really worked. So, and then in my workplace, most of them they are aware that I have my brand also that I handle, but they are feeling the pressure, like this guy is doing really well in his business, so we might lose him anytime, or that kind of stuff. And they're really not cool with that. To the extent that sometimes I need to, maybe sometimes when I want to post my business, I have to mute some people from my status so that they won't see what is going on, and that kind of. So it's that I'm really not comfortable with it. You understand? I'm really not comfortable because even I'm meeting my targets, they give me target, I meet up my targets even before some of my colleagues and that kind of stuff. But the company is feeling a kind of pressure. The pressure is not on me. The company is feeling the pressure. So I don't know if you have any advice for that.
Okay. So I need to ask you some questions. Has it always been like this, or it's just for this period? Is it something that is constant?
It's constant.
Okay. The second question I need to ask you is, your business, is it sustainable?
Yes, it is.
So you tell me that you have the financial and the emotional safety net to move if you decide to move.
Yes, exactly. If I decide to move, I can.
And you have that financial and emotional safety net. Hello?
Yes, yes.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can't really hear you.
Yeah,
What was your answer? I said, do you have the financial and emotional safety net?
the answer is yes.
All right. So I won't tell you to resign. I won't tell you to continue. But one thing I want you to do is, you've been able to answer these questions, because if you decide to move, these are the questions you should ask yourself. Is my business sustainable? One, do I have that financial and emotional safety net to move that? I know that if I move, I can do well on my own. These are some of the questions. So I will tell you that you should tend towards being clear about what you want, where you are going. What I have, is it sustainable? Two, if you decide that you want to move, you have to prepare yourself. Now, the financial safety net that I'm talking about is, I'm sure the reason why you are working is to get more money, right?
Yes.
So my company, your business now, your business, does it have that financial safety net that if you decide to resign today, I can successfully sustain myself for the next 6 months? If, let's say, anything happens, because with entrepreneurship, it's uncertainty. That's why I asked that question, that do you think your business has the financial and emotional, as in, do you have the financial and emotional safety net? So you need to be clear, you need to be prepared, and most importantly, you need to have peace. You need to have that peace. Can you hear me?
Very well, I can hear you.
Mr. Dandoma?
I can hear you clearly, very clear.
Yes. So ask yourself these questions. You are the one that will take that decision yourself. But I will advise you that before you move, you must ensure that, especially that financial part, is my business sustainable? And do I have that financial safety net? It is important, because if you decide to move and business doesn't go well at any point, I don't want a situation whereby you lose your peace. That is why you have to be clear, you have to be prepared, and you have to have peace of mind. And you must know, that's why I asked that, is it something that's always happening, or is just happening now? And you said it's always happening. So you need to prepare yourself. If you want to move, you need to start preparing yourself. What are the things that I need to put in place that I know that my business can sustain me? That I know that I have this financial safety net, and whatever happens in the next 6 months, if you decide that I just want to rest, I had that financial safety net. So that's my advice for you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate
Thank you so much. And I don't see any other question. In the absence of any further question, I would bring the meeting to a close, and I will say thank you once again to Mrs. Akirimisi for taking out of her very, very busy schedule. You say she's undergoing a PhD. I don't know how busy life can get, how busy life can get than that, She's also doing an event. Today is Saturday. She's meant to be with her family as well. So it's really lots of sacrifice that she has, she has done, by coming to have this session with us. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Ma, and God bless you, and that's everything that concerns you. And when you call one, a million will answer. Yes, I know.
Amen.
Because you've been such a wonderful friend. You've been a friend of the house as well. I see the way you cheer us on as a group, as a community, and I pray that God blesses you. I pray that God prospers you, and in every way that you've contributed out of your very busy schedule, I pray that people will also answer to your call that way, in Jesus' name. Thank you so much.
Amen.
And thank
Thank
you,
you so
everyone.
much.
You're welcome. And thank you, everyone that have joined in. I'm sure you've made the best use of your time, and you should be proud of yourself. Congratulations once again for learning a new thing and going out there to put it into action. We look forward to your feedback. It's very important to us. It's very dear to us. Please give those feedbacks on the community group. If you are yet to join the community group, please join. It's on our Instagram page. There's a link on our Instagram page. You can join that, and we are very much open to graduates with 0 to 3 years experience, especially. That is our focus, and we'll be very happy if you also want to join as a friend of the family. We are happy to have you and learn from you and receive from you, and also have you contribute. You can volunteer with us if you want to. You can reach out to us, and would sign you in as a volunteer. Thank you very much, and have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Titi. Thank you, Miss Bumi. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.